Hey, what's going on? It's me, Slippery G-Mate. So I did magic waystones versus rare waystones, and in the rare waystones, I got more currency. And I, in my dumb brain, thought that how PoE 1 works, the rare maps have higher rarity and quant, so maybe I don't know at some point I got it in my brain that rarity might give you more currency drops. That's why I started this stupid farm where I killed 500 rare monsters in T1 maps. No quantity, no rarity on the maps. They were white maps. I just went in and killed 500 rare monsters, and for every single one that I killed, I took a screenshot of its modifiers. I took a screenshot of what type of monster it was in case in the future, not even for right now, not even for right now. I'm not even using what monster type it is, but in PoE 1, oh my god, I'm still so living in the past. In PoE 1, the type of monster you killed, the monsters had a base quant, kind of like how different weapons have a base crit. I don't know if it actually works like that, but like humanoid monsters would drop less stuff than golems. So in the future, when people really want to figure out how rarity and quantity works, there's a massive data set here of 500 monster kills, and specifically what monster. So this is those weird vertical spellcasters, and he had 5 mods on him. And then this is like a screenshot of the loot, and I did this. I'm not gonna do this anymore because it was too much. It was too much. So I've got 500 screenshots of rare monsters from T1 maps with no loot, and I've got 500 screenshots of rare monsters from T1 maps with 100 player rarity. And the plan was to do 200 player rarity, 300 player rarity, 400 player rarity, but some guy on Reddit did like, I don't know, 20 maps each of a couple of rarities, and it's like not a big enough sample size, first of all. So here you go. Here's a bigger one. That's fine. He didn't pick up wisdoms. What the? Okay, just getting distracted. I did mine, and there isn't really much of a difference. There is, in fact, you don't get more. I don't know where I got the. My mind was broken. I misread something maybe. Rarity doesn't give you more drops. But that was what we were testing. But if it somehow did give you more drops, then I would do the higher rarity and see how far we could push it. But it doesn't do anything. Well, it does. It gives you better drops, or it converts. Like, I got the exact same, more or less, mod count and all the rares across the 500 that I killed, and I got fairly similar. Like, look at that, like 10 different in stacks. And the stacks is like if it drops 3,000 gold, but in 3 different stacks, and then a couple of items, and then like 2 items, and then a currency that's 6 drops from that one monster. So total stacks is 6 for that one monster. And like the total stack comparison here is basically the similar. I got more gold and like about the same uniques. Honestly, maybe I got really lucky with my 0 rarity one. It will blah, 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 blah. Rarity gives you better stuff, but not more stuff. So it takes away, like, I don't know, it takes away the amount of, it would, like, bad example, it would take away the amount of stacks of gold that you would get from monsters. It would replace some of those stacks with currency, and then it would roll that currency to be higher, but then the fewest gold stacks that you are getting would have higher numbers of gold in them. So no matter what, getting rarity means you just get more of stuff without getting more of stuff. It's confusing my brain. You get the same amount of stuff, but you get more stuff and better stuff. But you get the same amount of stuff, but you get more gold and better currency and better items and better uniques. Maybe that's a theory, but like I didn't track the uniques that I got. Technically, I did, because I'm gonna play it right now while I'm talking, and I'm gonna talk really slow because there's 500, 1,000 clips of me killing monsters, and I don't know how quick it's gonna murder my GPU. This second farm, the first 500 kills took me 10 days to kill them all, to screenshot them all, to put the loot in, to do the formatting. It took me 10 days, and I was like, guys, I'm struggling here. Emotionally, physically, I'm struggling. I put out the first video of like a cry for help video for the good feedback and whatnot, and I got the good vibes, and I injected the good vibes into my vein, and I did the next 500 in 2 days. And honestly, if the results were better, I'd do the remaining ones, and I would destroy my emotion and my physical being. But the fact that I did it 5 times as fast the second time, honestly, I can probably attribute it to getting 10% extra move speed on my gear and getting a weapon swap that I could use Blink with, because the majority of the farm is just running back to a rare monster they missed at the very beginning of the map. and it's a linear map somehow, like the spider forest map. Oh my god! Don't even get me started, man. I did a wood map where there's like a lake and a giant tree falling over the lake, and the rare monsters spawn on the other side of the tree, and you can't kill them. Like that map, I've full clear that whole map, and then I can't even complete the map. Oh yeah, I also did even more testing for like mummy tech or whatever, like going into the lost towers and looking at corpses. It doesn't work. Even with even more thorough testing, it doesn't work. It's bullshit. My way of doing it, which was just running in a straight line into the fog, I found like 12 citadels, maybe 15 if the one that I just found recently has another 2 attached to it, and I'm fairly certain every time you find one, there's 2 nearby. I found 15 citadels just by running in a straight line. I found 0 nameless seers. If anything, I'm really sad because they did the gameplay trailer, the content reveal, and they were like, yeah, nameless seers now a map on the atlas. I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to. I never saw him once. Disappointing. But I think I'm done with PoE 2 because my goals was pretty much this to keep me motivated to play. And then I was going to go into Sanctum and just have fun with like killing, doing tier 4 lab thingies. And apparently there's a Temporalis dupe or something that's happening. And all those people who are doing that are probably going to get banned. But the goal, the whole reason to going into Sanctum was just, grind my hours away and try and get a Temporalis or whatever. But if they're not worth anything anymore, then maybe I save that for launch. So when this game actually does launch, I will probably make a character that's meta, because I've already tried. I made my own builds. My very first build, I got to maps and then no further. And then I played 6 other builds of my own creation. One build that it was like a build guide, and the build guide one got me to like T7 maps, and then I started playing this Rarity boy, which is just the most broken version of Spark, but then no gear, so that it has 0 gear, but it can still clear like up to T10 maps. That's how broken it is. But if you just put a little bit of gear on it, you can clear up to T16 maps. And if you put really good gear on it, you can do whatever the fuck Imperium was doing with Sanctum and blinking around and having a really great time. Anyway, Yampy got back to me. He was doing a subathon, which is why he wasn't communicating. Crazy subathon. I can't fathom doing a subathon, man. Let alone like streaming consistent hours. But then having to do it non-stop, that's just too much for me, man. I gotta get my 12 hours of beauty sleep a day. Yes, I am sleeping with this metal magpie. It's not like I just put it next to me when I sleep and I look at it when I wake up. It's not like a weighted thing. Although I do have a weighted blanket over there behind me. I don't use it, man. It doesn't work well enough. Because you put it on you and then after about 2 minutes you're used to it, or it's like because I'm like a really skinny guy, so maybe I just need a lot heavier one. What am I talking about? Hey, was that enough talking to get through 1,000 clips? I hope so. It melted my GPU to render that. But ignore this. That's not a thing anymore. Delete. I pressed delete. It didn't do anything. Okay. Honestly, not that impressed with Rarity. Yeah, but let's look at the results. Wow, we got less wisdoms with more Rarity, so maybe some wisdoms got converted into higher tier currency, but not really, because we got only a couple more X, no divines, no annuls, no chance. Actually, I did drop an annul on a white monster, but we don't count the loot from white monsters. We only count the loot from rare monsters in this spreadsheet. Technically speaking, I also got my very first perfect jeweler's orb from a white monster with in the rarity farm, not the 0 rarity farm. So maybe when I got confused by getting more currency in the rare farm versus back to the maps, the magic maps versus the rare maps, maybe I got more currency in the rare maps because I had more rarity and I converted loot that wouldn't have dropped. I'm so confused. Like killing white monsters, maybe they drop more items. Maybe white monsters drop more items with rarity. I'm not going to test it. I'm peacing out, man. I'm burnt out on day 2, and then I played 9 more builds, and then I did this. I need to just, I'm gonna stop. I need to just take a step back. There's like 600 shows on my anime watch list that I haven't watched. I say this every time. Every league where I say I'm done and step back, and then I don't do anything. I just sit here for 3 months straight doing jack shit. I can't motivate myself to actually do something. But maybe this time will be different. It's New Year. It's not New Year's. It's the second day now. I've been up not that long actually. No mirrors, no weapon scraps, a couple of armorers, a couple blacksmith, artificers, gem cutter, glass blower, even less lessers, graders, perfects, artifice. Turns out monsters can't drop artifice or transmute shards, but they were in the list the entire time that I was checking. Item drops about the same, currency drops a little bit more. So maybe if I did 400 rarity, I'd get even more currency drops, but I'd be converting my item drops or my gold stacks. Yeah, I'd be converting my gold stacks, because I got less in the increased item rarity one, into currency stacks and shard stacks. That's interesting. It's interesting that you get more of this, but it's also weird that you get more of this, because I arguably wouldn't want more of this unless they were the chance orbs. Chance shards. I got the exact same amount of chance shards, but I got double regal shards. So in a way, rarity isn't good, because I'd want more of these, but less of these. Interesting. I mean, it is good. You get a whole bunch of rarity on your character, and you get a whole bunch of rarity on your tree, and you get a whole bunch of rarity on the map, and then you get a whole bunch of quantity on the map, and then you do breach, and you do the thing where you get 15 breaches or 5 breaches in a map, and you run that, and you print currency, but that's not me, because I don't want to do that right now. I want to do that on launch. Yeah. So that's everything, I think. Thanks for the vibes, the happy good vibes. What is this Discord message? Examples of more things to farm. Yeah, I'm gonna tap. I'm gonna say I'm gonna tap out, and I'm gonna go attempt to relax. And me relaxing is just sitting here being upset that I can't relax. And for somehow I'll just find a new thing in PoE to farm, and then I'll put out another video in like 3, 2, 1 day, 2, 4, 3, 5 weeks, anywhere between 2 days and 5 weeks, or I won't. I'm saying I'm calling it here. So maybe I do, or maybe I don't. Welcome to the new year. What's my goals for this year? Exist? No. My goal is make it to 6 months time with the $100 that you all graciously gave me from the video yesterday, or however many dollary dues. When I was plugging my membership, I meant the $5 a month thing, not the give me money immediately comment thing. I don't even know how that got enabled. I felt guilty every time that showed up. But I'll make it to 6 months when my emergency savings come out of the term deposit, and then I will gamble all of that money on crypto shitcoins and make a video out of it. Or apparently apparently America's working on a 23-hour stock exchange that will come out, or at least begin testing halfway through 2025. So that's my goal in life, is to make it to then, and then gamble all my money on the 23-hour stock exchange. Because the only thing stopping me from gambling all my money right now on the stock exchange is the time zones. But that being said, I think technically it opens now. So I could stay up for another 6 hours and then gamble all my... I can't gamble all my life savings yet because they're in that term deposit. Damn it. So any donations you give me is going to tide me over till 6 months from now, and then I'll get my life savings back, and then I gamble on my life Anyway, I'm going to go to bed before No, I'm not going to go to bed. I'm going to edit that part in where I showed you all the loot, and then hit encode, and then go to bed, and when I wake up 18 hours, when it finishes encoding 18 hours from now, then I'll put the video out. Yeah. I think that's everything. Bye. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to put in the Citadel clips. Or I'll just put in the 2 where I get really sassy. Not the Citadel clips, the Lost Towers. I went up and to the left, the last one that was down here, and now I'm up here, and there's no Citadel here, but I'm in another bleed tower, so maybe this one will have, it doesn't. On my rare monster increased item rarity grind, but if I see a corrupted temple, I will stop. Apparently, well, this is what they say. It's not about the mummies, although there is one right there. I assume that's what a mummy is, right? Like a corpse with a thing on it. And it's not about the mummies if it's got cups. This one's got cups, but my direction of travel is the way away from where it's pointing. So this one is pointing back to where I came from. This is the corrupted tower, and now the mummy is pointing the direction that I came from. And he's got a little chalice or something. So now it's back over here. So this one points up here, and this one points down here. So the citadel must be in the lake. Oh hey, I'm in a normal tower, and the mummy with the flask showed up in a normal tower. But they can't show up in normal towers because the mummy with the flask is in a normal tower. But they can't show up in normal towers because I'm in a normal tower. But I was going to this blood tower. I ignored going down. I just decided to continue going up and to the left into fog, which is my plan. But there's a blood tower here, and it's definitely not just a tower with corruption on it. That's definitely not what this is. It's definitely specifically a thing that points to a citadel, like this tower doesn't do, because this tower can't spawn mummies with flasks. Wait, was that mummy pointing up and to the left? Because look, there's a citadel, I think, right here, and it's got it. The normal corrupted tower. The mummy, he pointed to the citadel that's right here. It's definitely not just a coincidence. It's factual evidence, I swear. Okay, I'm in the corrupted tower. And if it doesn't say there's a thing up here, because there's one right here, because that's what these buildings are, then I don't know, man. I don't know if I can trust it. Ah, the mummy's not in this one, but it was in the other one, so it's almost like this is nonsense. Yeah, I think I should just drop this whole mummy thing, because like if there's no harm if people are doing the mummy thing and they're running into the fog and finding citadels. It's exactly the same as I'm finding citadels. Is that there's no harm being happened. Click it! Click the fucking... Thank you.